What is going on, you guys? It is I, Dollar Cost Crypto, here with my AMA, man. What's going on, you guys, man? Nellyville's got it right, man. Hit the motherfucking like button, you guys, man, for sure. Shout out, you guys. Shee! That's right, Ben Miller in the house, baby. Well, that's what's going. This name is hella funny. Big Poppy Ortiz. Different. There we go, man. That's right, Joseph Wilson. Screw your speaker, son, because we're live, baby. Live and live, man. What's going on? Art, man. Yo, what says the have-nots and the have-yachts? You have chosen the Pepe Copters. That's correct. What is going on, you guys? We got meme teams. That's what's up, man. Lou, Dito, Double G. What's going on, everybody? All hail, nail in the presence of heck Jesus. That's it. I'm here. Sermon has arrived. I'm dressed like a preacher, baby, like one of those young preachers and shit. You know, fucking all those bitches. There we go. No, all jokes aside, man. What's going on, you guys, man? Oh yeah, thank you, dudes. Yeah, man. Vegas. That's right, Jimmy. That's right, man. But we're getting back to the crypto, man. So I'm here to answer questions to you guys, man. So I'm gonna start this off right now. With a little bit of an intro of kind of the topic I wanted to talk about, and then from there we're going to go into a bunch of Q&A. All right, so let's just get this started off of why I decided to call today's stream, Crypto Game Plan AMA. Right, you guys should know by now. If not, obviously my name is Dollar Cost Crypto, so I'm a master at dollar cost averaging, and this is something that I've been teaching people for a long time of how to do. Right. But people have been asking me, Miguel, I've got this much money to allocate. I got this to allocate. How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? Well, I want you guys to know, okay, we're in a zone right now that I call the asymmetric zone. So we're in sort of a place where even like you put money in now, and in 2 years you're going to be up, right? Sure, the price could go down even 50% from here. I think kind of the worst in terms of prices going down is that we got about another 50% more lower in terms of prices, right? So if we look at BTC, right, we're at roughly let's just say $20,000 as an example, right? If we're at a $20,000 Bitcoin price, then let's just say we end up catching that 11K bottom, like Richard's been saying, right? Well, that means we got a 50% down, and then that means the altcoins are probably going 60% down. So we're relatively already pretty close to the bottoms now. And it's sort of time to start really dissecting and looking and making a game plan of what coins you are going to end up buying. So you need a game plan, right? So obviously for most of you guys should have Bitcoin and Ethereum at the top of your fucking list in terms of coins that you are going to end up dollar cost averaging into these coins, right? Ethereum's like $1,000, $1,100, $900 in that range is what you're going to be able to dollar cost average into it. I personally think it's going to go lower than that. We're looking at something between like probably $550, more than likely being close to the low of where Ethereum is going to go this cycle. Personally, and I'm just saying this out because I want to put this out to you guys just in case some of you guys are just like a little too busy and stuff like that. So I mean, I want to put this energy out there that, like, you know, I think you should be already DCAing a little bit already into your favorite coins with the anticipation that the coins can go lower in price. But you need to start building up. You need because what ends up happening is a lot of people are pretty gun shy and they just don't start dollar cost averaging at all. I mean, we've had interviews, even guys like CZ, which is like, you know, one of the chads out here in the crypto space, is already himself personally already dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and Ethereum himself personally, right? So it's just that sort of thing where, like, you guys need to start DCing a little bit, still save. I would probably still save a majority of your dry powder right now and not allocate that out right now. But you know, there's a couple other coins we're going to talk about right now in a minute, like Hex and a couple other altcoins that I think that are pretty interesting. But man, what's going on? Oh, P. Willie in the house, man. Shout out to Moon Gang. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, you guys. And man, for sure, bro. And yeah, Jen, I'll talk about Pulse Doge for sure. I don't think it's bad or anything like that, but it's just a meme coin. I mean, like, what, they're not developing shit, if I'm being honest. But a meme coin's a meme coin, right? So it could probably pump and stuff. But there's quite a lot of parties in that thing that have picked up that coin for pretty much nothing and have monstrous bags, which just tends to happen. And obviously, they have taken profits in that coin and other coins in the ecosystem as well. So you always got to be careful with that. But in terms of, like, hey, they gave everyone a really nice airdrop. Anyone could have really made some money on that. So I mean, like, if there's going to be a coin out here that gets to do shit coinery, it's going to be probably Pulse Doge, because they gave a really cool airdrop to the community, and they didn't really give a lot of coins to whales. They mostly gave it out to dolphins and squids and turtles, which is pretty nice. You know, I think that was a very fair way to do it. They kind of screwed over the sharks and the sharks and the whales in the Hex ecosystem, but they already got a shit ton of money, so who gives a fuck, really? DCC, you've got the Amazon glitch. I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. But yeah, man. So I mean, I guess let's get into some questions, man. I mean, I'm so happy to be back streaming and stuff. So I wanna. Right now, I'm locking in a bunch of interviews for next week and stuff. So I'm gonna have a lot of interviews next week, and I'll catch you guys also tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is about 7 Eastern. We're having the Crypto Oasis show. We're going to put it all over YouTube and everything like that. That's going to be with our boy Donovan Sharp. We're bringing back that show is more of a crypto beginner show, so that it's going to be really interesting to be able to help out and answer quite a lot more of the beginners' questions. And man, yeah, heck yeah, dudes. But what's going on, dude? Let's see. Is Phantom still on the list? I personally still have it on the list. I think it will survive. Andre Congrier and stuff is still secretly, like, developing code for that project in the background and stuff through GitLab and stuff. And there's been a couple other people have been showing me some things so he's still in the cut doing stuff and developing for it. I mean, he's one of the top engineers in terms of blockchain technology, and also he's working on some blockchain games as well, which is actually quite surprising in the NFT space. So we'll talk about that more in the course and stuff. Just give you a little hint and stuff. But definitely, man. Thank you, Jeremy Levine, sir, looking sharp. Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. Yeah, bought some Phantom today. Just got paid today. Just wanted to add dry powder for the 18. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But remember, you want to buy very lightly. So the only coins that got my stamp of a motherfucking approval in terms of buying right now, BTC, ETH, Hex, right? And Hex, because there's a lot of like these triggers, these bullets in the chamber of thing. Oh, what is my little spray gun? It's like these little like these little spray, these little shots in the chamber that can actually shoot the price up quite substantially. And Hex is one of them, right? I mean, you have the possibility of Pulsechain launching this year, as well as the Hex movie, the Highs of Stakes coming out, as well as like listings in terms of actually getting correctly listed on some of the coin market cap sites. And you're starting to see like right now a beginning avalanche of quite a lot of the you're starting to get like mainstream like if you can call them, I mean we're all fucking dorks here on crypto Twitter, but like mainstream crypto dorks on crypto Twitter starting to like shit on where they wouldn't even talk about Richard. Now they're starting to talk about him, even though they're condescending towards him and stuff like that. I mean, you were starting to get people to kind of like mention him and talk about him, which is quite interesting and important, right? Because this is what starts the snowball of getting more and more people in. So I mean, Hex is pretty viral, and it's fucking, I'm really excited about it. But yeah, man, shout out to you, man. But definitely you guys, most of you guys should be saving 80% of your dry powder, man. Like literally, so let's just say if you get like $1,000 to buy, you should be buying like $200 to $400 of crypto, $600, putting it away. Especially you guys are getting to the course. You guys should be saving 60% plus of your dry powder for the courses and stuff, as well as like, I mean, we've all heard the news now. We are going to get distributions of Mt. Gox coins in Bitcoin, right? This is one thing I wanted to talk about too as well. Like where Mt. Gox is going to start actually doing distributions at the end of August. It's not going to be all in one shot, but we are going to get some selling pressure in terms of the Bitcoin price, as well as it's a negative news event. But you know what? I mean, if you really think about them, these guys got their money hacked and they've been out of this BTC for a long time. So these guys do deserve, quite a lot of these people actually deserve their BTC back. A portion of them are going to be able to take something like 15% of their crypto holdings or what's left and stuff into direct deposit into BTC, which is nice. So some guys are going to get instant BTC. I do believe quite a lot of people, at least half of them are going to sell it. The other half are going to keep it, right? But yeah. Let's keep going down on the lists and stuff for you guys. Turtles. What? The thoughts on the weight token. Honestly, I'm still doing my research on it. I'm being very careful. If you want to risk your sacrifice addresses and stuff, I mean, it's on. But like, I move really slow when it comes to these sort of airdrops and everything, because like, look, even if I mean, for me personally, even if an airdrop was fucking $25,000, $30,000, $45,000, I don't give a fuck about that at all. That's not worth it to me, because I'm risking more claiming it and doing something to my addresses and stuff than I am like gaining some little chump change and shit in terms of like, you know, an airdrop. So, you know, other people are not in that boat. So obviously, you know, you can make the decision on the risk and stuff like that. But like typically, normally, like I'm very, very, especially when it comes to Hex wallets or what do we call it? Sacrifice, you know, Pulsechain, Pulsex wallets or anything like that, or maybe like the Mintra, whatever the sacrifice wallets that they're counting for airdrops. Be very, very, like, some of you guys like sacrifice quite a lot, and you got to remember how much did I put? Was that a lot of money for me? Yeah. Is the little airdrop that I'm getting $500, $600 worth compromising that wallet for me? Even though, and then later on, once it's been through enough consensus of enough people claiming it that are like, okay, you know, I think it's safe now. All right, then maybe that's fine. But you have to be, you don't want to be the first one in. Fuck that. You want to be one of the last ones. Be slow to the game. Fuck it, because you're putting more things at risk. Is if anyone who sacked for Pulsechain, Pulsex and stuff, you guys are winning. You guys essentially got to get in, I mean, basically into the ICO and at the VC level that, you know, most people never get to get these kind of starter coins and stuff at the beginning. Like, I mean, just to give you a little example and stuff, we have a coin like BNB chain, Binance token and stuff like that. It ICO'd for 3 cents. So a lot of people were able to get into it back in the day. And then even then, people were able to, like, where normal people were able to buy, they were able to buy for 50 cents and more. And today it stands at $240. So something that was mere pennies or under $1 has done a 200-300x and stuff like that. So it's quite a substantial amount of money. You got to think, obviously that coin's been around for over 5+ years. But imagine like the kind of fuckery just for like, oh, I really want $600. Let me get the $600, and then something, it compromises or fucks something up in your wallet. And obviously, there's all kinds of ways to check to see if it's like no permissions. It's just like read only and all that. I already know all the gist of all that shit. But you still have to be careful, you guys. Like some of these coins that we're talking stupid life-changing money over like 4 or 5 years. If Pulsechain and Hex and all this stuff survives, or any of these little investments that you made into the coins in the beginning, or you got them really cheap and stuff, 5 to 6 years from now, it could be a substantial amount of money. So with that, I'll leave you with a little. No, definitely. So, okay, for its weight tokens are temporary, it definitely can. And then I've also seen it's got almost no liquidity and everything like that. So let's be careful, you guys. You know, it's like everyone's like, oh my God, free airdrop, free money. If it was like some bullshit while you don't give a fuck about it, fuck it, let's do it, you know? But like, man, you know, I mean, the amount of time I waited before I claimed my head drawn or Pulse Doge or whatever the fuck else and shit was quite, I mean, it was like last minute, and I made sure like I triple, quadruple, I ain't fucking around when it comes to the wallets, man. And sometimes like if I'm feeling like even me, like look, I know what I'm doing when it comes to blockchain and shit. And if I start like, I don't know, it's a little iffy with me, I'm like, man, fuck it. I ain't touching it. Peace. And I'll fucking walk off. But you got to treat it like that, man, because it's like, how hard did you guys work for your bags, man? You know, if I really fuck with the coin, I'll buy it, because whatever they airdrop me, like the airdrop's nice. I ain't gonna lie, like for sure, let's see, Richard Hart says this all the time, like, you know, Bitcoin holders were given $500 million of free Hex. Sure, but like to tell you the truth, right? Hex, I mean, BTC at the time was $8,000, and you got about 12,000 Hex, right? So let's go look at that, right? And I'm not saying, hey, free money, and then it was all cool. And even I was fucking tripping about claiming my Bitcoin Hex or the Hex at the time. But let's take a quick look at what that's worth, because you got 10,000 per Hex, and then on top of that, you also got if you self-referred, you also got a little bonus and stuff. So let's just call it 12,000 or 14,000 in that range. But I'll just call it 12,000 as an example. But if we look at the price, right, let's just say some guy who had one Bitcoin, right, which means $8,000, $9,000 of BTC that they invested to get that Bitcoin, right? Obviously, someone could have got it earlier, better, but most people, let's just say most people and I'm being fucking generous here, had 3 Bitcoin. And that's I'm being super, 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 super generous here. So that means if that person had kept that, right, that's 36,000. Hey, 1,300 bucks. Obviously, at the all-time highs, that was a substantial amount of money. But you know, the average person, the airdrop was, hey, it's nice, it's a way to get away people in, cool, but it wasn't that large. And at the time, it was fairy dust, but it was a way to get people to buy. So if they were saying most people did not get rich and made a shit ton of money off of just the Bitcoin claims, right? Unless you were a person that's been in it for a long time and made a lot of money and stuff in the last cycle and just had a shit ton, had 100 Bitcoin and stuff and split the wallets up and everything like that. And sure, maybe then from there you got 1 million or so, and then like that's not bad, right? But most people were not in that position, right? So how did we make so much money off of Hex or any of these coins? We fucking bought them. If you like it, you buy it, and then when everyone's like, "Oh no, I don't know about this coin," like I don't know, and you're like, "Man, fuck it, I'll throw some cheddar at it." Bam, get yourself a nice bag and stuff, lock it in, hold it for a long time, and that's how you get paid. So that's how you get paid in this game, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you for the solid questions. Let's go down. What's going on? Shoo! Okay, Adamo with the Australian $2. Oh, wait. Let me just say one thing real quick. Australia reminded me of Canada for a second. Yo, shout out to all my Canadians, man. I heard this from my chat that a lot of ATMs and debit card and credit card systems are down right now in Canada. So a lot of places are only accepting cash right now, man. So shout out to you guys. You know, I think maybe this was maybe like 2-3 streams ago. I had like my survival guide. And in the survival guide, I really spent the first 20-30 minutes of that video saying you guys should make sure to have a gun, have bullets, have some food, and cash on hand and stuff like that. And I spent an enormous amount of time making fun of gold and silver. But, you know, still, like, having have some cash in your hand, maybe some of your parents have some of that, or maybe your brothers, like trusted people like that. Leave little stash houses of cash somewhere and stuff. Have a safe, or I don't know, whatever you under the mattress and stuff, underneath the dildo and the fucking double barrel shotgun, whatever you freaky people are into. But cash is really important. Maybe I leave cash behind the Pepe clock. Who knows? The world may never know. But like, having cash is quite important. So and being liquid, and obviously we've learned through the prices kind of falling down right now. We're like, holy crap! It really is nice to have a lot of stable coins, USDC, cash in the bank, cash in real life, right? Just having that liquid dry powder for us pirates and stuff is going to put us in a really advantageous position to be able to buy these assets. I mean, CZ right now, CZ's out here clapping cheeks and shit, talking this shit, saying like, "Yo, no one's got more cash than us right now when we're buying like every main company." Like he was kind of like low key, kind of shit talking like FTX a little bit. He was saying like, "Yo, yeah, all the deals you've seen FTX get and stuff, they came to us first, and we passed, or we're like, yeah, we offer them some here and there, but like, meh." Like, we get all the big deals. We're the big homies. We're the big dogs out here. Pretty funny. But now to go back. Okay. So DCC, opinion on crypto unicorns, NFTs, and coins. I really do like crypto unicorns, but for me, like as a person, right, like the game's a little kiddie for me to play, but there is ways to kind of do everything. Like I have crypto unicorn land. Say that in a sentence. I have crypto unicorn land. Whew. Wow. Okay. So I have crypto unicorn land as a grown man. Made money on it. I basically got all my initial principal that I invested into, kept leftover land, and from there I've been systematically investing into here I'll find it for you. RBW token, which is the rainbow token. And will it go? My God. There we go. It's at currently 14 cents. Here, I'll show it on screen for 1 second. It's currently at 14 cents, and roughly, if you stake it out anywhere from about a year to 6 months and stuff, you're earning something between 100 to 160% APR. And one interesting thing that I really like about natively staking this token, you have to onboard money into Matic in order to do that and stuff. And there's a really cool, for you guys who don't know who have Ethereum, there's a really cool bridge that you can do on Matic that's on OpenSea. And if you look in your wallet options, you can then transfer money. It's one of my favorite bridges to use. It's on OpenSea. And you can onboard a lot of wrapped Ethereum on there, and then you can get yourself some hands on some Matic, and then from there you can buy your Rainbow token. So I've been systematically, maybe once every 2 months, 3 months, buying a little bit of Rainbow token, locking it up, and I've been doing between a 6 month and a 1 year. So it's like anytime I buy like a certain amount, like let's just say as an example, I decide to buy like, fuck it, let me buy like $1,000 of this. Okay, cool. So I'll put like, all right, I'll put 3,000 for 6 months from now, and then I'll put the rest of it for a year. And then what ends up happening is I'm creating this ladder of coins that are unlocked for me, because I mean, obviously I think that the lows are going to be in the next 3 months. Doesn't mean there's not going to be turmoil in the market, of course, right? And like, oh my God, a dip here, and like, oh my God, there, and all this other bullshit, right? But we're still going to have these kind of upwards price actions in the market and stuff. And obviously, like RBW is there's a lot of money behind that project and everything like that. And it actually did successfully launch the game. The game isn't completely yet, but you can actually can like have land. You can have your fucking rainicorns. Oh, shout out to all my Metro Time buddies. Walking around and stuff like that. And it's pretty interesting. So I like this. I think this is going to be one of the main. I think the way it looks like to me is that Sandbox is going to eventually pass some of the torch along over to RBW. RBW, it was funded by a lot of Sandbox money and a Delphi Capital, who took a major fucking in the ass, no lube, with the whole Luna situation. Rest in peace, my guys. But oh my God, hit the like button, subscribe, and for continue shit talking that I'm gonna keep doing. But so this is a token that I really do like. I've been DCAing into it and stuff. I just add it to my position, and I just don't give a fuck. So it's like I throw 1,000 in, it turns to $500. I don't care. But here's one interesting thing that it's like so this is what I've been doing. Okay, so I've told you I'm locking up for 6 months, 1 year. Okay, that's how and the same thing I do with Illuvium as well. So, but it's a different dynamic in terms of how the yield comes out. When this pays you yield on a daily basis, it's like I forgot at what time here. I think it's like 2-3 p.m. UTC time or something like that. It gives you like the static amount. Cool. If you claim it, typically when you claim coins, you get it a year later. That's usually the gist. It's like, oh, here's your coins. Here's a year later. Oh, okay, cool. But here's the cool thing with this one is that it gives it to you after 7 days. So like I claim it on Monday, next Monday I have it. I'm like, wow. So what I'm doing is I'm just I'm collecting it there. So obviously I collect it there and then I transfer it off to a different wallet to save it up. So because if idle coins are the hands of the devil, right? So if you leave a lot of coins around, you'll end up just staking it out or doing other dumb stuff. So you have to take the coins out of sight, out of mind, right? But obviously you can have all your keys and do all the safe sex stuff that you need to do to make sure that you have access to those tokens. But then from there, when I do want to buy, then I take fresh capital and buy. So I'm building up a nice storehouse of RBW with the rainbow token that I'm getting off of yield, that I'm getting paid for having so much coins locked up. So every once in a while, I throw 500, 600, $1,000 here and there, like, and then buy some more, lock it up or store it up. And then from there, like, my dividends are essentially growing over time, and then we'll see what happens with the tokens. But at some point, I'll probably be like, oh, that's enough tokens or whatever, and then I'll just chill out. But I'm still accumulating this token, but I haven't added to this position in I'd say about a month and no, I think last time I was at 20 cents. I remember a rainbow token, so it's like even that's down, like, so I'm down like probably like, what is that, 40% or something like that. But that's the long-term strategy that I'm doing with the rainbow token. But thank you so much, Adam. Cool. There's a Rolex on the fucking. That's funny. Anyway, gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. All right, let's keep going. All right. Large and in charge. What's going on, buddy? Thoughts on DeFi Kingdoms? I'm still fucking with it, man. So there was like a little RPC issue, which basically means like there's a bit of a janky sort of thing in terms of like how on Harmony 1 you can have different, it's like different, imagine like you have different portal, or like if any of you guys played World of Warcraft, this makes a lot of sense, or a lot of these games where like you have a certain cap, like there's only 10,000 people on this world, 10,000 on this one, 10,000 on this one, and 10,000 on this one. So one of the most popular ones that most people end up starting off just got kind of clogged and wasn't working for people, but a lot of the other realms were working is basically the gist of it. Then they got fixed now, so now it's working. Personally, I've got all my LPs on the Serendale side on Phantom Phantom Jewel position. Here, I can probably show it actually as well. It's better for you guys. Let's see. Where's my jewel? Bum, bum, bum. Let's see what jewel right now is at 15 cents. Let's go to DeFi Kingdoms real quick. Okay, here we go, finally. Doing this live and in the game, baby. Let's see, where's the window? Ah, there we go. And with my character, I spit hot fire, right? So in the game, right, here in the gardens, I'm still yield farming on it, and so I haven't added a single position to this in a minute, but I am yield farming on quite a lot of other games, and I'm using some of the income off the other games I'm earning to actually pump money back into this, which is kind of cool. So one move that I did, I started seeing a little bit of problems with the one token, and there was kind of this whole FUD article with like, so this is something that happened over, I would say, the last 2 to 3 weeks, but obviously we had the party, and I really didn't have a chance to really talk about this, but basically there's a really famous Korean hacker group called the Lazarus Group, which is North Korea, like fucking crazy, right? North Korea has this hacking sort of group association that's like half, I think it's half government. Actually, it is government owned. I'm sorry, institution where they just go in and try to steal money from everywhere as a way to kind of fund a lot of terrorist sort of thing. Institutions within North Korea, as well as like their rocket systems and stuff like that, with like that sort of, with like stolen Bitcoin and crypto money. So they recently hacked one of the bridges into Harmony 1 for about $100 million. And that was a North Korean group. So obviously, the one thing we always have to be cognizant of is any South Korean companies or crypto companies are the easiest targets for North Korean Lazarus Group attackers to attack, because the language, I mean, they're next door neighbors, obviously, like these are the main people they're trying to conquer pretty much, or that's their main enemy. So obviously they're going to go after a lot of South Korean sort of games, crypto exchanges and things like that. So they jacked them for $100 million. So yikes. But so I saw some of this stuff. So I pulled a lot of my capital out of, like, so I had originally quite a lot in Jewel 1. I pulled that, and I wanted a way to actually have a lot more Phantom. At the time, the yield was about this right here. So we had Jewel 1. Jewel 1 was about 100% APR. It's gone up a little bit. And Jewel Phantom was about 130. So now it's 182% APR, which is really good. And the reason I did this is because, you know, I still want to hold a lot of Jewel, but I also want to, I like Phantom. I fuck with Phantom a lot. So this is a way for me to actually to get a lot more price exposure to Phantom and have a lot more Phantom in my position. So, and as well as I'm earning quite a lot of a yield on it, you know, 182%. Obviously, I'm locking up quite a lot of coins overall. Every time you claim, a certain percentage of those coins are going to be locked up for a year. The other percentage of it is going to be given to you liquid. So what I'm doing is repothecating, which is a big word, which means I'm taking about 80%, give or take, of the coins that I'm being paid out and putting it right back in and buying more Phantom and Jewel and increasing my LPs. So I have a larger and larger payout every week. Now, the 20% of crystal of Jewel that I'm getting liquid, I'm putting it right into the bank personally. I'm just because like I want to have a way to like save up my stuff and earn a little extra yield. The yield of the bank here, which is right here to Jeweler, is pretty shitty. But I'm putting it here just to leave it here so it's out of sight, out of mind, and I'm just building up my X Jewel balance right here. And as well, at some point, I do believe this game will be able to actually come back. There still is plans to expand it out. It looks like so. No, I'll save this for the course, you guys. I got some heat on this and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna save it for the course, you guys. So sorry, but I almost let it slip and stuff. But yeah, there's some stuff going. There's some stuff brewing in this game, and I actually do think the game's gonna do pretty well. Now, and in terms of the expansion, so let's go over to the expansion real quick, right? So right now, this is on Harmony 1, and if I go to my wallet and I switch it over to let's go to DFK chain, which is on Avalanche. So this is on Avalanche, you guys. On Avalanche, right? Here's the expansion pack. There's going to be more of these expansions coming up and stuff. They are coming, right? But right now, currently, I only have one LP. Originally I had two. Let me see, seed box. Okay, so originally I had Crystal Jewel and I had Jewel X Jewel. So these are the main ones. I eventually just sold out of this and just went all Jewel X Jewel. And I staked a certain, I took my crystal and just went straight into, my jewel and went straight into this one to add to it. And I apologize. No, I'm sorry. No, I remember what I did now. So the original Jewel X Jewel that I had from way back in the day, I have not touched it. I've left here this entire time. So I've been earning an APR. I mean, it was 4,000% APR and it's been slowly going down, but I've been earning this 156 to 4,000% APR for quite a while now. So I've actually built up a tremendously nice position in Crystal token. Now I'm just leaving it there, having claimed it, and that's just the way I'm going to do it until like I see things are kind of moving, and then I'm going to have a giant position in Crystal, which is really nice. But the Crystal Jewel, I remember what I did with this now. I then sold all this into Jewel and then ported it back over to Serendale, and I added this to my Phantom Jewel position. So I used this money here that I kind of built up, and then I put it right back over onto the other side, onto the other ecosystem. So this is kind of what I did in terms of like this game right now. And now it's a bit of a waiting game. I mean, honestly, like even if there was tons of good news, you get a slight price pump, but until BTC and everything bottoms out, like we're not going to get much of a pump. But this is the time where you accumulate coins where you think that possibly could come back. And I think because this is in the gaming sector and a lot of people do know about this, and that if they continue to expand and doing these updates, that we will eventually get a price recovery and we'll have a very large position and we'll be in a pretty nice way to profit in the future. So obviously this is speculating, but this is what I'm doing currently. So yeah. Okay, crypto, what's going on? Hey, DCC, how low can it really go? I know you mentioned. Oh, right. I think with hex price. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I do believe more than likely the price that most people will be able to obtain on hex is going to be like 1 cent. So this is based off of this. Like if Richard's right, which it looks like he really is, especially with all the stuff going on with Mount Gox and stuff. We've been warning about this for a long time, but now there's some official stuff that's been come out from Mount Gox. So obviously there's going to be distributions. It doesn't look like they're just going to dump it all in one shot, but we are going to get market sales that can actually kind of hurt the Bitcoin price. So if we do get Bitcoin to actually go down to 15, 14K, that being the bottom, or maybe it is 11,000, like Richard said, then obviously, like there's a lot of people in the hex community, like the whales and stuff, then maybe they're obviously going to get scared and they're going to sell some hex. So I believe the hex price can come down to a penny. Now, I do think possibly the low will be 0.5 cent on hex at the lowest, but it won't be there for long. It'll be bought up very quickly. So realistically, a lot of people will be able to buy more than likely something like 1.5, 1.3 cents on Hex, 2.3 cents, 3 cents currently and stuff like on the Hex price. And I think this is like this is why I've been saying like DCing into some Hex now is not a terrible idea, because you're going to be able to acquire quite a lot of Hex right now. And we're in this sort of like zone where if as soon as we get the announcement of a movie or proper listing on an exchange or the launch of Pulsechain and the snapshot and all these other things, boom, that can really, really, really take like Hex back to these kind of crazy all-time highs. Just one of these few coins in this kind of bear market that's got the power to really pump, where a lot of other coins don't and stuff. So that's why like I've been recommending, hey, that's why really it's only 3 coins I'm recommending, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Hex right now in terms of purchases. Everything else is doesn't look like it has enough of an event to really pump it up now. It's just more of just buying conviction plays where you're able to then later on make quite a lot of X's on it. But in terms of like short-term plays, like Hex is one of the short-term plays for sure. Route to gold. Let's go to the moon, baby. Thanks to crypto mindset, I'm calm, collected with the plan to success while mitigating risk. Love to hear it, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Didn't have to cut me off. Okay, tropical blue line. Why buy Bitcoin and Ethereum while you can save up all that money and buy Pulsechain when it launches to the bottom? I mean, at the bottom, more than likely. I think that's what you're trying to say. Because I'm coin agnostic, and I like to have multiple assets in all kinds of things, right? This is one of the main problems is like, even though like, so one thing, if you guys go back to the beginning of the stream, right? It's only 37 minutes ago, right? Here's what I said. Basically, like you want to DCA like 20%, 40% of your cash at most right now. You should be saving 60% of your dry powder. You never really throw it all in unless it's like you have your max conviction play, right? For most people, it's a really good idea to build up a portfolio of BTC and some Ethereum. I know it's not sexy. It's not sexy. But later on, right? Later on, if let's just say we only 2x from the last all-time high. Let's just say we only get $100,000 Bitcoin. That's the fucking top or whatever, right? I mean, you're getting fucking like a 5x on BTC. You're getting damn near 10 to 12x on Ethereum plus and stuff. It is a really good place where you can put some capital in within a year or two, then have much more. You put 10,000 in on Ethereum, you could probably pull $100,000+ out, which is really nice. Obviously, you can put some more capital into Hex and stuff, but the thing is like Bitcoin and Ethereum are really the blue chips in the ecosystem. I do, and I believe in Hex, and I'm buying quite a lot of Hex. I'm gonna buy a lot of like the bottoms on Pulsechain and all these other coins, and it's always smart to have dry powder. I'm one of the people I always say have dry powder, have dry powder, have dry powder. So for these opportunities, so I'm not saying not to have that, but it's just like this whole thing of just like all in play. You can do it, and hopefully you win on it, but it's just smart to have other assets. And then because the thing is like what you're seeing on dry powder, but once the bottom's in, and then you actually get the pump on that, right? The bottom on Pulsechain will not happen until after we have the bottom on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So by putting your capital in Bitcoin and Ethereum, you'll hit the bottom, and then you'll get a nice pump on it. You might be able to get a 50% to maybe a 2x on your capital, and then from there, when you actually have the Pulsechain launch, it's going to be a couple weeks, maybe even a month before we actually get the all-time lows on Pulsechain or some of these coins. So if you look in terms of an order of operations like PEMDAS, if you have just stablecoin holding there, right, you have more of an ability to double or triple the amount you can actually YOLO in. So maybe you might decide, let me take half my Bitcoin or a quarter of my Ethereum or all my Ethereum and just chuck it in at that point, turn it into stablecoins, and then buy the bottom. You have way more dry powder and an ability to actually be able to buy much more coins. So I hope that answers your questions, man. Yeah. Dry powder as in stables. Yeah, dry powder can be stables, but it's usually USDC or Tether for the most part. I usually use USDC, but dry powder also means like having cash in the bank and stuff like that. One thing that puts you in a powerful position, if you have a nice amount of cash in the bank, hey, you're not really you're kind of like, God damn it, the asset classes are down, but you have cash for your regular lifestyle, and you'll be able to do quite a lot of things. All right, let's see. Mr. Angry Twinkie, what's up, bro? Mt. Gox, Fed hikes, CPI, leader stepping down, getting deleted, crazy times, and then the ex-prime minister of Japan getting fucking killed. Wow. Yikes, man. Yeesh. Yeah, crazy. Is USDC a safe stablecoin? I think it's the safest stablecoin. No stablecoin's 100% safe, but it's sort of like, it's like USDC is like the crazy you're dating some crazy BPD chick, but but it's sort of like, imagine like, all right, you're a player pimp. That's not that hard to imagine, right? You guys are out here, man. You guys are swinging and shit. You got all these girls and stuff, all these other stable coins. You got DAI, you got Tether, you got all this other stuff, and Safe USDC. You got all these stable coins you're using, right? And then there's USDC. So obviously your main squeeze is Tether. And until you make USDC your main squeeze and stuff, she's going to be acting right, doing everything, fluffing your back and shit, doing everything to you, man, going triple monkey backflip, shout to my boy Donovan Sharp, and all these other kind of things, right? But as soon as USDC gets into first place, then obviously some fuckery can start happening, and then they can get draconian. But until they're in first place, like USDC is really going to behave itself because it's not the main squeeze, it's not the main girlfriend, it's not the number one stablecoin in the ecosystem. So, I mean, I'll even show you guys right now. Like this is, I'm really one of the only people really talking about this right now. That like, I believe something's going to happen to Tether as soon as USDC actually gets into first place. So right now, if we look in terms of actually market cap, $55.4 billion, $66 billion for Tether. That's not, I mean, obviously that's a lot of money, $5 billion, but this is catching up, man. There's a point where USDC was way back here. I mean, way back here. I mean, like maybe we can see at the time machine. Let's see. Products. Do they have it? Historical snapshots. There we go. So this is something, historical snapshots you can use. Let's just see where USDC was almost a year ago. Let's go at the tippity top, right? Let's just say when things are going buck wild, right? Let's just say like May 2nd of 2021, right? So here's Tether, right? This is near the all-time highs, you guys, of like last year, right? So you have Tether at, where's the market cap? Okay, $51 billion. Okay, cool. Now where's USDC? 14 billion. So right, if we look at this right here, right? So 14 billion, like a year ago, USDC was only $14 billion, and today it's $55 billion. So let me take the handy dandy calculator here, right? Let's go 55 divided by was it 14.3? 14.3. You're talking about in just 1 year. In just 1 year, we've had basically about a 3.4x in the amount of USDC in circulation. That's a substantial amount of money. I mean, 55 minus, let's go 14.3. We're talking about 40 billion additional dollars in USDC have been created and are stored now in USDC. That is a massive, massive increase. Now let's look at Tether. Tether's at $60 billion. So that means in 1 year, Tether has only grown about $8 billion in size versus USDC has grown $40 billion in size. So if we take that 40 divided by 8, right? That means USDC is growing at 5 times faster than Tether is. 5 times faster. So USDC is on that ass, man. I'm telling you. And obviously, a lot of this has to also do with hit the like button, you guys. But this also has to do a lot with, obviously, there's two things. Where obviously Circle's pretty in bed with Coinbase, as well as JP Morgan Bank's Coinbase, i.e., and sort of is now working with Circle. Circle is now planning to go on the equities market at some point. On top of that, they've now gotten as a customer, a really large customer and stuff, and a big investor now. It has been BlackRock, which is basically the biggest investment firm in the world. So, which is also basically almost a financial arm of the Fed. And JP Morgan's also a member of the Fed as well. So basically, the Federal Reserve is kind of lightly backing now Circle and USDC. So we're getting a bit of a shakeout, sort of like USDC is Fed coin, but until it's in first place, like I feel like they won't really like turn it. Like it's a sort of thing where like, okay, if they knock out Tether right now, and then USDC becomes first place at that point, it's not as in a powerful position where, like, let's just say USDC beat Tether, and then Tether started to fail. Then it's like USDC was already king, and then now it's more king. Now it's more trusted, like this, right? And then from there, at some point, the U.S. government will release its own Fed coin, and then you have Fed coin and USDC. So most people are going to start using USDC. But then if you think about it, how convoluted that is, it's all controlled by the U.S. government anyway, and institutions and the top banks. So, yikes. But yeah. Okay, sympathies. No, synthwave symphony. My bad. David Feeder says wait contract safe, but you have to wait if you want to get more up until the pulse. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's right. Waiting in the cut for sure. Wait has no roadmap if you want this man. Yeah. So, yep. Yeah. K crypto. I'm not exposing my sack wallet to the wait shit. Funny as fuck, man. Yeah. Pulse and PulseX worth much more. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, I'm cool. It's like stepping in front of a train to get pennies like RH. Yeah. Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah. You only have to be wrong once. That's correct. Hedron clan? Coin? Hedron Coin gonna? No, I don't think it's gonna rug. I think they're actually gonna do some stuff. They're actually working. So I believe on it, man. But yeah. Reaper is now an optimism. Everyone in that ecosystem didn't hear about it. Oh no, I heard about it, bro. But more coming in the crypto mindset course. GCC, check the super chats. Oh no, definitely am. I'm just coming down on it. Like there's a lot of chats right here. Let's scroll down. Crypto Boogie with the $5 super chat. DCC is Tomb totally lost and now worth investing to. What do you think about Sand asking for a friend? Let's see for Tomb. I still have my Tomb. I have a portion of my Tomb stuff and everything. I think I divested about like half of it, and then I moved it into, what did I do? Half into Beats and half into Boo token. The rest of it, I've just left it repothecking on Reaper, and I'm just leaving it alone there. I mean, the price is down right now, so obviously I'm just waiting. I'm gonna leave it, right? Get a bunch of T-shirt and see what happens. Obviously, they launched the Life token, which is another version of a Tomb fork and stuff like that, and then with all these different kinds of rules and everything like that. But I'll go over it in the course. But obviously, like you can this is sort of a coin where it's more like a scratcher. You just make an investment now, leave it repothecating, and just like see what happens in a year or two. I think it could come back. I mean, Harrier is still a rich ass fucker, and if the Phantom ecosystem comes back, like Tomb's gonna have some sort of fireworks. So we'll have to see. Yes, K crypto. Let's see. Now all these projects are coming after your Pulse and PulseX bags. That's correct. This is the fiddle. This is the thing I've been talking about. Like I said this in the crypto mindset courses, but I've also said this in videos many times that like the hustle is like they're they're creating coins to then get you to part your ways with your coins. So they're gonna get you guys. Yeah. Careful. Pave Dave, I haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on, man? So many scams right now. They know they can take your money and get away with it. That's correct, man. That's correct. IT. What's the easiest way to buy Pulsechain or PulseX when it launches? So you're gonna buy you're gonna buy Ethereum on Coinbase and then send the Coinbase onto MetaMask, and then from there, what you're gonna do is you're gonna bridge it onto the Pulsechain system. So obviously, it's quite simple. It's just gonna be a bridge. You go to pulsechain.com, you connect there, and then from there, there's gonna be a bridge option. You're gonna bridge it over your Ethereum. Make sure to leave a little Ethereum on the Ethereum side, but like you'd bridge over like 80% of an Ethereum over. You then would sell that. You would use Ethereum to buy a little bit of because you have Ethereum in your wallet. You would have a little bit of Pulsechain on that side. You then switch your networks on your wallet over, just like when I showed you guys earlier how I went from how I went from the one ecosystem over to the DFK chain. It's just toggling the little switch at the top, going to the Pulsechain ecosystem, ports you over, and then once the assets bridge over, you have your Ethereum there. You sell it for Pulsechain, and then boom, we're in the game, baby. Or you can also use a USDC as well, and then bridge it over to. It's all equal opportunity. You'll be able to do it very easily. Captain Don. Let's see. Either DCC's pumped or Pepe Clock is dumping. It's probably a little both. Yeah. Brand, I have plenty of freedom seeds. Amazing. Oh, shit. That's correct, man. There is always money in the banana stand. Always money in the banana stand. Oh, I love it. Let's see. Freddie. Okay. Question. If people bridge eHex into pHex, does the value of eHex go down, vice versa? Second, what do you think is easier to hold your MetaMask for the snapshot in USDC or Hex? I would have both, obviously, but I would just okay. Let me tackle this from the first question. Okay. If people bridge eHex into pHex, I mean, I'm guessing into Pulsechain ecosystem, but or you mean selling it? Does the value of eHex go down, vice versa? It really depends what they're doing with it. So you can bridge Ethereum Hex over into Pulsechain, but if you bridge it over and you don't sell anything, it doesn't do anything to the price. You're just removing supply over on the Ethereum side because it's just locked up and it can't be sold. But then from there, if you were to sell it onto there for another coin, and then somebody has access, then because you traded that, and then they have access to those coins, then they bridge it back, then they could sell it on the Ethereum side and lower the price. It's possible, but it also means a ton of hex supply can be bought up and then bridged over. And as long as it doesn't bridge back over, the price might not actually fluctuate and stuff like that. But there might be something with the chain like oracles where they actually do count the prices on both sides, and if there's a massive fluctuation on the Pulsechain side for the eHex side, you actually can get a lowering in price, because then people will then buy eHex on that side and sell it on to the Ethereum side, and essentially create an arbitrage opportunity and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see. Second, what is the better way to hold MetaMask for the snapshot? Hold your MetaMask for snapshot USDC or Hex. I mean, obviously, I want you obviously have some hex, but you need, I mean, I would be almost damn near 50-50 with it. It just all depends on preference, really. But like, I mean, I'm holding a lot of hex, but I also am going to have a lot of USDC and stable coins as well, because I'm going to be able to I want to be able to have the cash to actually buy during those times to get the multiples right away. Woo! Alex P, the Magic Cat floor is 795 Phantom, baby. Shout out Pussy Gang, baby. Woo! 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 Ah, Pussy Gang, we out here, baby. Shit. Mr. Angry Twinkie was drinking a lot of Everclear and he saw Dogecoin in Vegas. Oh my god. Oh my god. Astro369. What's going on, baby? Is that Yoda? Oh, it is Yoda. DCC, do you have a lens profile? What's the hype? Explain that. What do you mean by that? I'll get to it in a minute. Let's see. William Ring, baby. Shit. Trying to get in that 2 cent hex, man. Make those make their limit orders, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Light 9902. I'm new. What's the DCA? Oh, that is a dollar cost average. So that means you're putting us. So let's just say you get paid once a week, right? Let's just say you get your paycheck every single week, and what you do is every Friday when you get paid, you just say, "Fuck it, I'm buying $200 of Ethereum every week." And what happens is, like, over a period of time, the price goes like this, and like this, right? So in a wave, right? So it goes up and down, down and up. And because you're buying every week on a Friday, it gives you an average price. So let's just say what that ends up happening. Let's just say the price goes to $25 and it goes to $75. What'll happen is, because you're buying the same amount over an extended period of time during the price swings up and down, it gives you your average cost basis for your product hex or whatever thing you're buying is $50 in the middle. So when that coin goes above $75 or plus, you're in some massive profits. And during times when, like, you bought high at $75 and it goes down to $25, you're buying at $25, which then brings your average down. So when we go back to the medium and above, you're in profit you're in much more profit and stuff, because you lowered your cost basis. And it's also because a lot of people aren't really good at, like, kind of telling what's going to happen in the market. It's a great way, and it's honestly that's one of the tried and true ways of actually being able to, like, get a significant amount of coins for a pretty good deal. A lot of people can't, like, are really, some guys try to like put all their cash at this one price, and then if they're lucky, that's the bottom or very close to it. But if they don't know what's going on, then they bought the top. So there's a lot of people, like last year, who learned about Dogecoin and then just put like $10,000 and bought it 80 cents, and then it crashed down to 3 cents, and they're like, wow, man, I'm donezo. So that's kind of like, it protects you from like that sort of stuff, as well as if you have conviction over it, you can just keep acquiring more and more over time as it's going lower in price. You're able to accumulate more and more, and then when the price rebounds and you've chosen correctly on a coin, you kill it. And that's right, Joneser, DCA dollar cost averaging. Yep. Should I sell my Doge? Depends if what price you bought it at, man. If you bought it recently, I'd probably keep it and stuff like that. It'll probably pump at some point. Like Doge and Shiba are probably like the 2 coins that are probably going to do really well from the traditional space. but it's all about buying those coins very cheaply. Like more than likely the lows on those are going to be in the next 3-4 months. But crypto mindset. So if you look, like if you don't know what you're doing, right, go in the description box, leave your email there. I'm going to have something called the Crypto Mindset Q3 come out, and it's basically a course where we teach people everything from A to Z. If you don't know anything about cryptocurrencies, we teach you everything so you're able to wheel and deal in the crypto space and have the best shot at buying the best coins for the best prices, as well as strategies of what we're doing right now to make money, as well as like opportunities that we're seeing around the horizon and stuff like that, as well as getting into a really beautiful community that's of like-minded individuals that are going to really help you out and stuff. Like you can ask these kind of questions in the chat. No one's going to call you dumb or anything like that. Everyone's going to answer you and give you links, as well as we have ways to make, because the place where you lose the most money is typically when you first start. Right? If you have a bad experience when you first start into crypto, you're going to have a really sour taste in your mouth, and you're going to leave. And then when the prices start pumping, you're going to come back and you're buying the all-time highs. And then people who stuck around during the times like right now are the people who are going to use you as exit liquidity, which means they're going to use you. Your cash is buying up here that they bought down here and sell it on your head and take your money from you is what's going to happen. So you want to be on the other side of that exchange, right? So definitely sign up to the Crypto Mindset course, you guys. Like it's coming out, it's going on sale July 22, and it's only on sale for about 5 days. That's it, you guys. So for sure, be on the lookout, you guys. Let me see, where did I leave it? Did I not have it? I guess not. Oh well, just is what it is. Oh, I do have it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and so if you look in the description box, you guys, I have this right here. So please leave your email right here, and then I'll be able to email you when the course comes out. And then obviously check your spam folder just in case. But and then over time, I'm going to be actually emailing people kind of cool little tips and tricks or kind of things that I'm seeing out in the space, sort of through like a little email or so, sort of chain, and then actually give you guys good information. And then I'm actually planning to come out with some like free ebooks as well. So I wanted to give back and also be able to like, hey, give you guys something to read during this time, which of cool things I'm looking at. So yeah. Bum ba bum. Okay, Ryan McCready. I like that Leo picture. Hey Miguel, setting up a treasure for my sister. Do you recommend I Shamir C phrases, or the 12 words enough? Quantum computing got me so scared. The 12 words are enough, man. It's just mostly about keeping them safe and making 3 different copies. Okay, and double checking those copies as well. It's all about making sure those words match up. They're spelled correctly. You're using black ink or something like that in the first place, and over time maybe you can engrave them in metal, and then putting them in places where like it's safe. So obviously, like if you have it in your house, you want one outside of your house, because what happens if your house burns down or you don't have access to it? So you need to like I know it's like in the beginning it's not that serious, but eventually it becomes very serious, because a lot of you, like I've said this before in previous streams, like a lot of you guys don't realize you guys are already pretty rich. There's people back in the day, like with Mt. Gox, right, that they had 1,000 Bitcoin on Mt. Gox, and 1,000 Bitcoin was like $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. It's not that much money. It's a lot of money, but it's not that much money. Where that 1,000 Bitcoin today is worth is an unbelievable amount of money. I mean, like here, I'll show you that. So that's what I'm saying is like a lot of you guys think that you guys don't really have that much cash right now, but 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now, you guys are gonna be looking back at some of your notes and be like, holy fuck, I had this much Pulsechain, I had this much Hex, I had this much Bitcoin, I had this much Ethereum, I had this much Cardano, I had this much of whatever coin, and you're gonna be like, wow, man. And if you look at this, right, look. That 1,000 BTC is worth over $21 million today. So some guy from 5, 6, 7 years from now, what they lost their money on Mt. Gox, had $15,000 in Bitcoin, which is 1,000 Bitcoin or so at the time. It's now worth $21 million. So that means at the peak there, it was worth damn near almost 100 million. 15 G's turned into $100 million. And maybe even if the W for you guys isn't that gigantic, bro, like shit, man, turning like 10 G's of shit coins, like 7, 8 years later, and then they're worth $1 million, man. I'll take it, man. Damn. But I digress. Jake Kwan, what's going on with the 555 Australian dollars? Thank you so much, man. What about Colt token? We talked about it earlier, but basically, I'm waiting to see what happens with it. There's no roadmap, very little liquidity. Some people are a little worried about it. It looks like it's safe, but I'm just not risking it for the biscuit right now until I get a lot more consensus on it, because it's pretty, I sacked quite a bit. So did a lot of other people. And, you have to be really careful with this sort of stuff, because, you don't want to, like, even if it was a nice airdrop, like, it's not worth more than the actual funds in the wallet in terms of what was sacked and stuff. So, be careful. So I'm going to scroll down a lot more down. Let's see. Woo! 1 penny, baby. Yeah. Let's see. DCC looking extra drippy. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, he still hate masturbation. Okay. Funny as hell. He who hesitates masturbates. Oh, boy. Let's see. The Mercury Hatter. DCC. Thoughts on Aave launching its stablecoin in the GHO in this market and stuff. It's interesting. I mean, the thing is, like, look, Aave. I mean, the Aave token really barely does anything. It's almost a useless governance token for the most part. I do like Aave. Aave, in terms of a market, a working market, it works. It liquidated the people it need to liquidate. I think, other than just, like, it had one little tiny problem with something on Chainlink, but it had more to do with, if I remember correctly, it had something to do with basically Ethereum not able to process the transactions on the smart contracts fast enough that it had a little bit of a backup issue. But besides that, it's still running smoothly. A lot of the centralized sort of partners and players have been going belly up, but the centralized lender of Aave is still up and running. And this is a coin that's going to survive, and as well as the main founder is very, very well connected, and he's also pretty famous on Twitter and stuff. And a lot of the Twitter OGs love him and everything like that, and he created something pretty wonderful, and that's been copy pasted across the world. That will be also copy pasted more than likely onto Pulsechain as well. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I'll talk about more of that in the course, man. But definitely, man, I think Aave's gonna make it, bro. It's gonna make it. Okay, let's see. Demo more bucks. Is that from Powerproof Girls? Oh, that's hilarious. I love the little cursor. Okay, anyway, once the bull market comes back and we're sitting on our hex stack, do we sell or wait for prices to dip to buy back before starting to stake and ladder or stake right away? So you get, once the bull market comes back and we're sitting on our hex stack, do we sell or wait for prices to dip? That's actually a good strategy. I mean, that's a strategy that I always do personally. Obviously, when the prices are very high, I take some profits and stuff and use that money to kind of apple seed into other projects, and then cash for in my real life. And then the other portion of it, I then keep in the cut. And then when the hex price dips, because it always does, 80%, 90% dips are in the cards. Once it does, and then I ate that fucking cash back in. I get a ton of hex, and then when everyone's being a little pussy, doesn't want to stake, I fucking stake out my hex, and then I keep getting paid, son. Beautiful. Didn't want to cut me off. Oh my god, the whole thing just fucking somehow. Oh my god. Here, let me scroll back up. Sorry. Okay, C Breezy, baby. Sheesh. C Breezy with $20 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Here's your question here. Okay. What is the time frame for us to be at the lows, and how does the Fed affect that timeline? Is the market pricing in the higher interest rates us pricing in already the highest? No, so like there is already people pricing it in, but then it still has these knock-on effects, right? So let's go to the first part, right? What time frame for us will be the lows, right? So I think BTC and Ethereum the lows will be within 3 to 4 months from now. Will be the lows. More likely, more like 2 to 3 months from now, we're going to have the lows on BTC and Ethereum. The altcoins could actually continue to bleed up until maybe the end of the year almost. So that's kind of the time frame that I'm seeing. But in terms of like market pricing and stuff, higher interest rates and stuff like that, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They could say it's pricing, but it doesn't matter, because there's a lumbering giant in the background, which is the real estate game, right? The higher the interest rate, it is putting this pressure on people, like fucking rushing now. They're like, oh my god, I gotta lock in my low rates and stuff. And like I saw these kind of kids like oh, shout out to my boys who in October of 2020 locked in that 2% interest rate. Yeah, like literally, first time I've ever seen fucking 40, 50-year-olds like fucking like putting the fucking cool glasses on and going like, I'm fucking out here, man. Fucking hilarious, man. They're like, yeah, I know I'm pretty lame, but I caught that 30-year mortgage at a 2% interest rate. And there's like shit. I've never seen like suburban moms and dads and shit on Twitter like ever fucking like pull off some Michael Jackson shit where they're just like get the dirt off my shoulders and shit off of like they're like, yeah, I'm kind of dorky, you know, I work on widow and mental management, but yeah, you guess who locked in that 2% interest rate at 30 years? It's a bunch of, oh my god, that shit was cracking me up. It was a bunch of Xers and boomers and stuff like. It was like everybody just like fucking like dorky dudes and shit going like, oh, hilarious. But hey, shout out to them, man. They cut the low on the interest rates, but they also bought the prices high too. I mean, it wasn't the exact high, but like basically over the next year or two, we're probably going to see a 20% decrease in the price of real estate. It's not going to be a crash, but it's going to be a softening in the real estate prices. So, I mean, personally, I think the lows on real estate is going to be somewhere in Q1, Q2 of 2024. Is going to be the lows on real estate. Good time to buy. But the interest rates are going to be high. But hopefully more than likely, by then we're going to have some problems in the economy, and then we might even get the Fed starting to lower interest rates slightly. But we'll have to see basically. Yeah, and then so I mean, we just have a lot of stuff. The CPI numbers still haven't come out yet. They're coming out, I think, in about 5 days or so. Oh no, so the Fed meeting is, and then the numbers are coming out on the 27th of this month. But like we have two negative events right there. So we have the Feds are going to increase the federal funds rate by 50 to 75 basis points. If the CPI numbers, which is the consumer price index numbers, aren't as high, it's probably going to be a 50 basis point increase. But if I was them, I would just do 75 and just get it over with, rip the Band-Aid, just keep pushing more and stuff. And that'll take up, and then that's going to have more an effect to speed up people trying to buy or sell their properties and stuff like that. I mean, if you have obviously not financial advice, but if you have a small property right now or something you're trying to like maybe an extra property, wouldn't be a bad time to get the cash flow so you're able to buy the lows, you know. So just an FYI to you guys. DCC, what's up, Crypto Boogie? What about Sand? Is it worth investing to? Yes, it is. It is, just not yet. It's not yet. I'm waiting on Sand. I'm mostly focusing on BTC, ETH, Ethereum, and maybe a couple other stuff, but Sand is on the list. It's quite an important token in terms because it's at the tippy top of the pyramid. A little is basically Decentraland and Sand. I'd say Sand's essentially broken over way more into the influencer side. So you have people like Snoop Dogg essentially buying land and giving a lot of like sort of like leeway into it in terms of like marketing and everything like that. So Sandbox on this next run's really gonna like probably push out even farther and stuff. So that's a great coin to kind of get an overall like. It's sort of like almost like we've said this before in the courses and stuff where like Engine, what's it, ENJ token is a token that's more of like almost it's roughly like an index. It performs like Bitcoin, but just a little better sometimes during these runs. You're able to get like the overall returns of the DeFi of the GameFi space. But I would almost say the same thing with probably Sandbox as well as like you could have another pump as well. And then, you know, there's actually a play there to look into buying cheap land possibly during these drops and stuff. Because if Ethereum drops pretty substantially, let's say we get another 50% correction on Ethereum being the low, then you could probably pick up some really cheap land relative to dollars and then sell it later back for the same or more Ethereum or just more cash. So pretty good. Just a W. Yeah, the banana stand was a funny ass show. Yeah, there's always money in the banana stand. Sheesh. Tom C, man, what's going on with the $10 super chat? Hey, DCC, I just tuned in. Is buying Hex before Pulse still play? What is your opinion on staking these days? Thanks. Yeah, for sure, bro. Tom C, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, man. All right, so is buying Hex before Pulsechain still play? Fuck yeah, it is. Oh my god, dude. Like right now, it's one of the few asymmetrical plays out here still in the space. So look, here. Since you're super chatted, I will take a little more extra time. So, okay, let's go back to the prices. So let's go to Nomics. Where's Hex? Here's Hex. Okay, so currently we're sitting at 3.6 cents on Hex. Okay, so we got to see relative to its all-time high, right? But let's go a little lower. Let's just say let's just say Hex can only get with all the hype that's going to happen, and maybe it only gets to 33 cents, right? So if I divide 33 cents, 33 cents divided by 3.6 cents. We're looking at about a 9.1x, right? And so this is possible between now and more than likely first quarter of 2023. So we're talking about anywhere from like 6 to 7 months from now. That's a possible return. And that's like not pulling like a crazy. This is only like 33 cents as an all-time high. It's all-time high is 56 cents. So it's one of the few coins that has a huge asymmetrical return. What I tell a lot of people when they first start off with Hex is like they should like, I like the 60-40 rule. Usually, and I know that's 80-20, but like right now it's cheap to stake. Hex is cheap to buy. It literally costs like $5 to $10 at most, almost throughout any part of the day to buy some Hex with Ethereum. So the fee issue is not even, it's non-existent right now. So right now, obviously, like what I've been recommending for quite a while is if you're staking anywhere from 1 to 2 years, you want to at least lock in a T-share. Okay. From 3 to 5 years, you want to lock in something like half a T-share. From 5 to 15 years, and basically as much as you can, but you can do a tenth of a T-share or so if you like. But I would probably recommend 15-20% of a T-share at the minimum. Just like if you can afford bigger, do bigger. Always. It's also cheaper. It takes less Hex when you're staking out longer to get more T-share, right? So have is the biggest amount of T-share you can get, so you're able to then protect yourself from like the long-term cost of like increasing gas fees. I do believe Ethereum one day will fix its gas fees. It might be 5 years from now, or 4 years from now, but at some point they will do something to kind of squeeze it back down. Okay. Now, so staking is still a huge play, but probably 60-40 rule right now. I would do something like 60% liquid, 40% staked, and then really like lock, especially since you have so much liquid right now, 60% upfront. So I would probably do mostly like 3 to 15 year stakes, or maybe like if you're really going a little crazy, maybe you do 4 to 15 years or 10 years if your time horizon is a little shorter, and just kind of go for that, and then kind of really just make sure that you have at least 1 to 2 or 3 big stakes coming out every year. If you have less Hex, maybe 1 stake a year, or if you have a little bit more, 2 stakes a year, kind of somewhere more in the middle, probably like March to like some coming out in March and another amount coming out in August. It gives you a good amount where you're able to kind of like have some throughout the whole year, pretty much. And that'd be a strategy that I'd probably recommend you, Tomsy. No financial advice, of course, but sure. Ta-da. Okay, let's see. Lens protocol, permissionless, composable, decentralized social graph that makes building a Web3 social platform easy from the team. Oh, that's cool. Let me write that down. I'll definitely check that out, man. I've just been researching a lot of other stuff, but I'll definitely let me see. Okay, I'll definitely check that out later, man. Thank you so much. Gene Kwan, how do you DCA when you receive a larger sum? That is $1 million question. Obviously, you can grab a consultation with me. If it's a larger sum and stuff like that, I can help you make you a plan and everything like that. Obviously, depending on like if it's time sensitive, is it a loan amount, or is it just like, wow, you received something from a inheritance or someone passing away? Sorry, but there's quite a lot of things. Obviously, a good portion of that should be saved in cash for yourself, making sure that you have just like you're increasing the amount of money in your bank account, as well as like your lifestyle, and just maintaining yourself there. Cool. And then the rest of it, you can essentially use it to speculate, because having that nest egg in the bank there allows you to kind of be more long-term with the capital that you're putting out at that time. Okay. Now, when you receive a large sum, right? So it's basically, we have to figure out how much it is, and then pretty much make something like 5% allocations at a time when you're investing into something, or 10% allocations if you really like it and stuff. So obviously some coins, like maybe the Hex, you might do like an initial like 5% right there, and then do 1%, just depending how large it is. If it's a smaller amount, then we have to kind of curtail it from there. But that's how you basically would DCA it. But if you ever need a consultation or something like that, just hit me up on Twitter, and then we'll set up a consultation for that. And if any of you guys are making a big decision with a lot of capital, or thinking about doing some kind of big move or something, like, get a second opinion, you guys, for real. It's like it could end up saving you a lot of money in the future. Oh, Enforce09, The Rock. Let's see. Hey, Miguel, what do you think? What do y'all think? what do y'all think about move to earn coins? Most of them are Ponzi's, but they're fun Ponzi's. I mean, obviously there's that whole sneaker one and shit that was in Solana and stuff. I heard that it was a move, or basically I had a couple of buddies that were in it and stuff. I wasn't bothered with it, because personally I didn't like that you have to essentially add an app to your phone that lets them track you in order to make sure that you're walking and running, and which is fun, but I don't know, I'm a little weird about that sort of thing. But They can work. And honestly, like what I like about it most is even if you, I mean, if you're gonna lose money, at least you're gonna get like less fat while doing it. So at the very least, it's getting some people that maybe aren't fucking walking or running and stuff to start fucking walking and running, and then start being a little skinnier and more in shape. So I think that's pretty cool. It's better than just being sitting at home in front of a computer, just clicking a button, just trying to like just repothecate and shit. Or at least on this one, where like you buy these NFTs and then you walk around outside, and then you get money for that, and then that you get more in shape and stuff. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, Crypto Boogie with $2 super chat. My homie wants to invest into sand. Will it do well? I think it will. There's enough infrastructure there. It will do well. Just tap into it. Like Billy, Happy Gilmore. Just tap it. Just tap it in. Just tappity. Just tap. Just tappity. One DCA. That's how you do it. Don't throw all your cash in one shot, because I think we're gonna get low. We're gonna go more down, you guys. From the permable that is me. Okay. What's the tea drink with vodka called? Tokyo tea, right? I think it's what it's called. Yeah. Blessed aim. Let's see. Hey, brother, I got Ether and ApeCoin, and they're tanking. I don't know if I should sell or just hold on. Won't hold you responsible either way. I just need some advice. I would probably keep. Well, fuck. The thing is like if you were going to sell them, like they've already gone down pretty substantial. Let me see how ApeCoin's doing. I personally never got into Ape. $4 right now. Let's look at its all-time high was basically $23. I just need more information, but like you're probably okay selling ApeCoin right now. Your Ethereum, it's like the most it's going to go down is another fucking like 50-ish% more. So it's like if you really need the capital, I'd rather sell the ApeCoin and keep the Ethereum, because Ethereum's you can do more stuff with the Ethereum and everything, and then you can buy into ApeCoin later. Because if we get another price drop, ApeCoin might go to like $1.50, and then you can just buy back all your coins for cheaper. So there you go. Not financial advice, obviously. You are the one who pushes the green and red button. So there you go. Didn't have to cut me off. I'm trying to lose my Mickey Mouse voice. It's fucking it's bothering me. Like, oh boy, when will they learn? Shitcoinery will get you wrecked and rich at the same time. Your girl going on a girls trip is a bad idea. You wouldn't share your cheese with the next door neighbor, would you? Oh my god. Yeah. Let's see. Oh my god. Let's see. All right. How do you say that? Shiwa? That Las Vegas follow-up gave me another level of motivation. I'll make it happen. Look forward to meeting you and the rest of the family. Next bull run, I reward the crew beyond their A. Beautiful, man. Keep working, man. Keep grinding, bro. And then don't worry, man. You'll be able to come next. I'm probably more than likely going to do something either at the fourth quarter and then probably first quarter. The first quarter, somewhere in first quarter, I'm probably we're going to do another crypto mindset event, some big one. But might do a smaller event or some more private one for somewhere in fourth quarter probably. We'll have to see. I don't know. We'll see how degenerate we want to be. JKOS. Still bullish on Kusama? Yes, sir. Heck yeah, I am. Shit, I haven't sold a single one. I have from time to time moved around my Kusama to DOT in the ratio and plays and stuff. But right now I got it all in Kusama right now on the Fearless wallet. I'll see at some point if there's going to be a time to switch it into Polkadot, but I might sell 25% of my Kusama to DOT just to have a DOT position, because right now I have 0 DOT right now, and I'm kind of feeling naked about it. But the thing is, as I've been able to trade that Kusama over for DOT, and then DOT back into Kusama back into DOT, and DOT, vice versa many times, and it's basically allowed me to triple the coins I have, which is really nice. So even with the price drop, it's kind of held a lot of. I've been able to hold my value as long as, and on top of that, the yield that I'm getting as well has been helping out. But still, I think I was up in huge profits on it. Now I think I'm down maybe like 30% of my original investment, which is actually really good compared to like how much everything else has dropped. So pretty sick. I feel like I'll join the course, but still only fuck with RH projects. No, that's fine. But look, it's a whole new world. It's a brand new place of shit coins. Welcome to Pulsechain, where we're gonna pay. I need to work on the last part of that. But it's a whole new it's a whole new world. It's a brand new place for me to play. Well, I throw my money in shit coins at RG3 gets mad at me and buying. No. So no, that's perfectly fine. I mean, honestly, you could almost be damn near full time with all the fucking shit coinery that's going to end up happening on the Pulsechain ecosystem. So, I mean, we're going to be talking about a lot of the coins. I mean, there's going to be a lot of value when it comes to the Hex Pulsechain ecosystem. I'm going to be talking about a lot of the altcoins, my true feelings on it. I'm basically going to hold damn near no punches. There is a couple things I'm going to have to hold punches on, but like I'm going to be pretty truthful when it comes to all these coins and kind of give my opinion on them and kind of give you guys kind of the yay or nay if I'm fucking with them or not. But yeah, there you go. Okay, Thresher 7777777 with the $10 super chat. Okay, refresh my memory. How much Hex is a T-share? Let's go look real quick. It's about 21,000 Hex, but I'll explain it in a minute. Okay, so let me share the old screen here. There we go. So if we go to stake right now, it's about 22,900 Hex per T-share, but that's if you're staking it for 1 day, which fucking no one's gonna do that. That's retarded. Okay, so let's see, 18,000, 1, 2, 3, and I would highly recommend no one stake under a fucking year. What's the point? You know what I mean? So let's go with the all 365. So it's probably like 19,000 Hex. Yeah, give or take, maybe 100 Hex here. Yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. So 19,200 Hex for staked for 365 days, which will come out in July 9th of 2023. Actually, not a terrible time for it to come out, I think. And that'll give you 1 T-share, man. And what's that currently in the Hex price? Let's take a look. How much Hex that will cost you to have a single T-share for 1 year? That would be, let's go, 19,200. 600 and well, it's almost 369. Damn, that's what's great. So 600. It's basically $700. $700 for a 1 T-shirt stake for 1 year. Not too shabby. All right. Obviously, let's just say if you take it out to 10 years, right? I'm not saying do this, but like 2.5 T-shirts, and then it gets more cheaper from there. So it'd probably be like what 11,000 Hex to do a 10. Let me see. Okay, I see you. Okay, let's see. Amazon, okay. Shit. So it costs you 8,000 Hex if you stake it out to 10 years. So anywhere from a 10-year, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, or a 555 stake, the max length, will be 8,000 Hex for 1 T-share. And that 8,000 Hex would be about $300 basically. Probably the gas fees, everything included. Not too shabby. I mean, hey, you guys, I'm telling you, throwing a T-shirt out there, a couple of YOLO T-shirts, like throwing a 10, 11, a 12, a 13, 14, fuck it. Like, I mean, hey, you know, I mean, that might be quite fruitful in the future, but who knows? Okay, NBBNN. Hey, Miguel, if you had 15Ks of dry powder for the dip, how would you split it up? BTC, Ethereum, Hex, and others. I would send a super chat. A mobile app is fuck. Sorry. Oh, that's okay, man. Just super chat me later. All right. Let's say let's just see 50K dry powder for the dip. How would you split it up? Now, this is going off of me personally. I would probably, if that's all the money in the world you had, right? Like, shit, man. I'll probably do like $5,000 into BTC ETH and 5,000 into Hex and then 5,000 into shitcoins. That's probably the way I'd do it. But until the lows happen, so what you could probably do is 10,000 BTC ETH, 5,000 into Hex, and that's the way you play it. And then eventually you would sell half the Bitcoin and Ethereum into shitcoins later on, and then you'd have a higher dollar price, and then you could probably take some of the Bitcoin, Ethereum money into Hex, Pulsechain, Pulsex, and everything else. So that's probably the way I'd do it. Yeah. It sounds like Mickey Mouse. Well, yeah, it's Mickey Mouse. It's like, oh boy, when will they learn? If you don't buy crypto, you're gonna be a slave. Cuck, sluck, slave. I fuck all their bitches. Mickey Mouse always gets their due. Oh, that's funny. Daniel Day with the 18 euros. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Let's see. I've only got about 500 100 euros, 600 to invest in crypto each month for the next 6 months. What should I invest in with this position? Okay. Now, fuck it. Half Ethereum, half Hex. Just do it. Half Ethereum, half Hex. Just buy discriminate. Buy Ethereum every day. Like put all of it into Ethereum and then half of it into Hex. And once you have a certain Hex position, you can then take profits on Hex into USDC and then use some of that USDC and then Hex to get yourself into Pulsechain and in the Pulsechain ecosystem. Now, eventually, you're going to build up a nice position of Ethereum because what's going to happen is, low. So at some point, if Ethereum does crash down really low and it gets to $300 and you have $600, buy 2 Ethereum on that day. Obviously, if like it's there for you to buy like 2 full ones, fucking do it, right? But on most days, you're going to be able to buy probably like half an Ethereum a month to about. Oh, I'm sorry, it's $300. Yeah, but you're buying $600 in one shot. So yeah, you're pretty much almost buying damn near like half an Ethereum, 80% of Ethereum and stuff. And then on the good days, you're buying 1 to 1.5 Ethereum per month. So just stack up as much as Ethereum as you can. It's going to give you the most optionality to do stuff with it. And then you'll essentially get to the point where like these $600 you're investing over this next 6 months, which is about, what is that? I think $3,600, give or take. Could probably multiply to above $11,000, $12,000, and now you have a little wiggle room. You can start throwing $500 here, $1,000 a year at these low prices on the all-time lows on these coins, and then you might be able to really turn that into like a quite substantial 5-figure portfolio over time. But you have to keep dollar cost averaging and just try as hard as you can to keep earning money, man. Like you the more you put in, the more you get out of it. But you have to put in as much as you can, especially now. These are the times where like the asymmetrical returns are really out here right now. Okay, man. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the super chat, man. Hey, DCC, what do you think the theme of this next bull run will be? Actually, if I'm being really honest, I think this bull market's going to be like 2017. I think it's going to be like kind of hot water, like we're kind of a frog in boiling water, and then it's going to be 8 months of just like, goddamn, and then like it's over. Because this last cycle was basically the longest altcoin season we've ever had, and from what I'm seeing geopolitically and stuff like that, we may get kind of cut on the market. So because if you really look at it, I mean, even though we've had these cycles and stuff, I mean, basically we've really only had the 2017 cycle and the 2013, 2015 double top cycle, right? So if we've copied I mean, let's just say we've somewhat copied the cycle from 2012, 13, 14, 15 cycle, and then so it looks like we've only had 2 types of archetype of cycles with altcoins. So it's possible that the next one's just going to be a 2017 cycle where it's like a nice ramp with a couple coins, and then we just get this fucking nuclear launch, and which retail gets in, and then slammed, you guys. The Thanos Gauntlet. That's if you want to survive. Oh yes, sir. Let's see. Oh my god, I'm so sore from doing abs and shit. Oh, the Thanos Gauntlet. Dude, one day when we're in Vegas and shit, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, man. We gotta be all up in the club, LLS and shit. Everyone in the club with Thanos gauntlets, man. Shit's heavy as fuck too. Joe Hex, you're the best. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Alejandro, over 9,000. That's correct. Ezekiel Tango. If you don't have any stupid kinds of debt, is it a good opportunity to risk taking a small loan to get more coins? Not financial advice, but probably. At this point in time, I don't make these recommendations. I don't make these kind of like statements very often, but these are like, because we know interest rates are going up. So it's like, if you're going to take you're going to take a loan of like $30,000 or something like that, $50,000, $100,000, do it fucking now, because it's only going to get more expensive to pay that back with the interest rate, and then lock that shit up for like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, where you can responsibly handle that payment. And it's got to be locked in, because like they might like try to Jew you out and shit. So this is the time, you guys. Oh my boy, shit! Is that, you gotta tell me? Was that sake, or was it just a beer or some shit? Well, like, what were you drinking, dude? Or is that, I'm gonna cry if you tell me it's just tea. But East-West connection with the $200 Hong Kong dollar. Oh, thank you, dude. Damn. Okay. I'm ready to put $250,000 into Ethereum this year. You, my boy. Shit, I gotta give you a little sauce. Damn, son. All right, man. I'm trying to put fucking $250,000 into Ethereum this year, and next year when the dip happens, I'm preferably 150 this year, 100,000 next year. Do you Yes, I think that's a good split. I think that's a good split right there. Obviously, that you have to have a rule. If like you just see the opportunity to make some quick cash on the other 100,000, maybe you might do it. Maybe like the 100 days might be something you put into the Pulsechain ecosystem or something like that, or just altcoins. It might be a good move. But if you put 150K into ETH, let's just say not to count bags here, but let's just say you get an average price. So let's just call it $600, right? 150 G's divided by $600, 250 Ethereum, which earns you a really good yield. Let's just say the yield comes out and you're staking it and you're earning, let's just say 8% on that. 60, like you're earning 20 Ethereum a year in passive income for like a year and a half, and then you dump it all. So that's if you kept it all without trading or anything like that. And then so it's like 20, so 20 plus that, and then you're probably sitting on something like 280 Ethereum, give or take, on that initial purchase, and that's not counting the other 100,000 you buy. And then if you sell it for an average, let's just say you just sell it for an average price of about, like, let's say $6,000, $1.6 million. Could, yeah. My man. Sheesh. Drake Topman. Hey, man, what's going on, man? Hey, send me a DM on Twitter, man, if you don't mind, man. I can't. I'm having trouble. Like I've gotten so many DMs recently because for you guys who don't know, I actually have an Instagram now. It's at dollar cost. It's dollar cost crypto, one word. The whole thing, no missing an O. Dollar cost crypto on Instagram. Go follow me on there, you guys. And I'm posting a lot of shorts and stuff, and I'm going to be posting a lot more content. And I actually do. And I go through my DMs. So currently on that one, I have like 600 to 700 subscribers. There's a fake page of me on Instagram. I'm not going to DM you, just like, hello, thank you so much for following my YouTube channel, bros. Like, I'm going to be like, yo, what's poppin', motherfucker, man, when we hit the club. That'd be more of a thing of me saying, or like, yo, what's going on, dude, about this coin? Like, something very specific about that. Now I'm just be like, hi, mister, do you like crypto? Like, why would I say that to you? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you do see a channel do that shit to you, obviously please report it and stuff. Me and Charlie have been having this problem, and a lot of other influencers have been this problem where we're having people making fake pages of us. It just sucks, man. But DCC, what's your suggested play on Jewel? I'm just earning a Jewel X Jewel, and then I'm earning Phantom Jewel. Drape, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, or when the stream ends, just go to the beginning. I actually show the entire thing of currently what I'm doing, and then I'm actually showing the yield. I think right now I'm earning about 182% APR on Phantom Jewel, and I converted all my Jewel 1 into Phantom Jewel just because I wanted a bigger Phantom position, basically. So it's a cool way, kind of like two birds with one stone, basically. The fake account is private. Oh my god. That's lame, dude. Oh my gosh. That's funny as hell, man. Looking good, buddy. Trimming down. Yes, sir, man. I'm down. I'm down some good weights. I'm down like 28 pounds right now, man. I'm working out crazy. I'm doing a bunch of shit right now, man. I'm intermittent fasting. I didn't even eat today until about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. My first meal of the day. Just that busy. Large and in charge. How much did that gauntlet cost? I think that gauntlet was about $180. No. I'm sorry, $280. Give or take. You might be able to find them for $230. What I'll do for some of you guys, if you guys really want to buy a Thanos gauntlet of your own, I'll find you the link where I bought it. I think I bought it off of Etsy, if I remember correctly. And I'll link it to you guys. But yeah, it'd be really cool for you guys to have them too. So I'll definitely link it out to you guys. How cheap will a $1 million house get in the bear market this time around? $1 million house. Let's just say a house is $1 million today. You might be able to swoop it for about $780 at the lowest. I think 800s, something like that. Yeah, unless you're buying in a very distressed area and then like some shit. But if everything's still like humming along, sort of like, even if it's like all jacked up, it's probably the highest. It's gonna be high 700s. maybe low 800s if it's like it's one of the more bougier on the street. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, there's that classic thing: you buy the ugliest houses. You buy the ugliest house on the most expensive street. You know that jazz. But if you're buying like a not so ugly house on an expensive street, it's probably going to be like a couple 50 G's more expensive. Heavy hitters in the Moon Gang, yes, sir. Definitely. Where can you get 8% for Ethereum? Okay, so Joe Hex, so it's not out yet. So when the merge happens, which is going to happen anywhere from Q4 to Q2 of next year, when the merge happens, the yield on Ethereum is actually going to be like 14% APR, basically. Now that's going to go down over time, but because the way it's going to work is a lot of people are going to stake it, they're going to earn yield, and then 3 months later they're going to do. I think it's. Don't quote me on this, but it's going to be some Ethereum improvement proposal. I don't know the number, where 3 months after the merge actually happens, they're going to release everyone's coins who were staked, and it's going to increase the APY probably to 20%, maybe 15% yield on Ethereum. And then people are staking Ethereum. And then what's going to happen is the people who are staking for that first year are probably going to earn 10, 11, 8% APR on their Ethereum. Then it's going to go down to probably a 5 to 6% yield on Ethereum. And that's owning your own coins with your own keys, but you'd have to have 32 Ethereum, Joe Hex. So that's not now. So obviously there's no way to earn that yield right now safely. So I'm just not, unless you're just doing like yield farming or something like that. But no impermanent loss, you just stake it, hold it, your own keys, and you'll be able to do that. But you have the 32 Ethereum, and 32 Ethereum is $32,000 today. But if we get Ethereum to go down to 550, right? Let's just say 550 times 32, that's 17,600. This is the time where you guys can make that really crazy amount there. Because if you don't get the 32 Ethereum, right? 32 Ethereum's got to be a goal for you guys, because if you can't get 32 Ethereum, what's going to end up happening is you're not going to be able to stake it on yourself with your own pool, and you're going to have to start using third parties like Rocket Pool or something else. And maybe I think that'll be pretty good and stuff, but it's just, you sleep better at night knowing that you're the one running the node, you know? Nellyville, I just ordered my gauntlet on Amazon. It's on. Yeah, baby. Shoo. Karn. Hey, dollar cost crypto. Sol has been rubbing me the wrong way. My gut's saying it's bail. Is it worth time waiting the market to come? Not financial advice, but it's possible you could just dump it now and then pick it up cheaper later. Yeah. I think it's going to have more bad news and more bullshit. And then if the market goes down 50% more, and then more things keep going down with it in the VC, like there's a lawsuit that was kind of worrying me that somebody was suing the team who ended up doing the ICO, as well as a lot of VCs in the space with Multi-Chain Capital, which is one of the bigger investors in the Solana ecosystem, over like malpractice, not malpractice, but basically over like doing things that weren't like correct and shit. They were basically like setting up tokens where the VCs got all their coins and are able to dump on retail really terribly, to the point where like it looks pretty bad. And this is why I didn't recommend a lot of Solana tokens in the ecosystem. So yeah, get your 32 Ethereum for the node. Every man should have a Bitcoin and 32 Ethereum, you guys. That's the goal. 1 Bitcoin, 32 Ethereum, and you're golden, girl. That's for sure. Well, with that, thank you so much, you guys. Please sign up to the email list, you guys, and stuff. I'll be able to get you out for the Crypto Mindset course. Leave your address here. It's in the description box. And the Crypto Mindset Q3 is coming out July 22nd. It's only going to be on sale from that Friday to next Tuesday. So from the 22nd to the 27th, and you guys. And please, man, go sign up. So it's only going to be sold for 5 days, and we're going to go over the entire Hex ecosystem, the Pulsechain ecosystem, all the altcoins, shitcoins galore on that system, as well as the buying list for where we think the prices could hit for the lows, as well as what coins we think are actually going to survive, and some of the opportunities that we see in the space, as well as like an on-chain analytics class with Plan C, a huge NFT class and stuff, and what's going on and what's going to survive with Anorak, and much, much more. We're also going to have we're going to actually have our first class ever on taxes as well, which is going to be crazy. I can't wait to do that and stuff. So please be on the lookout for that, man. But I love you guys, man. You guys have a good night. All right, man. And oh wait, one more. Do you have any Gala? If so, what project? Gala's good, but I'm going to buy it lower and stuff. I think the coin's going to survive. Tokenomics are shit. But I love you guys, man. Peace, and later.